Hey guys, Zach with Joker Strains. So in today's video, we're going to take a look at the RMT PS-1 Boxcar, and we're going to compare it against the Lionel PS-1 Boxcar. Now, I know there's a lot of other videos where people were comparing the RMT products to other cars, right? I know I did the RMT reefers compared to the Atlas O reefers, and I wasn't going to do any more of these, but I had several people on my stream ask me to do a comparison between the RMT and the Lionel PS-1. So I ran over to Roundhouse South, and I picked up a RMT Lackawanna PS-1 Boxcar. And we're going to compare it to a Lionel PS-1 Boxcar. I think the Lionel car I have came out in 2015. It's that car right there. It's the Lindy gas, or Lindy Industrial Gases. Sorry, it'd help if I could read the whole thing. So we'll take a look at the two cars. Now, once we get into looking at these cars, I want you to keep in mind the RMT is, I think it retails for $35. Yeah, the RMT car at Roundhouse South retailed for, right there, $34.95. And that Lionel car, probably $80. Keep that in mind. I'm not expecting this RMT car to be on the same level as the Lionel car, especially given the price. But I think after you watch this video, you may be shocked at how well RMT did on this. So I thought the RMT reefers were pretty nice. I will tell you before we get into this, I think the RMT PS-1 Boxcars are nicer than the RMT reefers, actually. I haven't seen all of the other types of cars RMT makes, but I thought the reefer was nice. You know, I got that 36-foot reefer. I think the PS-1 Boxcar from RMT is a better product. I think it's a nicer car, especially given the price point on these. So without further ado, wait, hold on. Click the link in the description. Join my Discord if you're interested. I got a link to my Instagram and my TikTok, and maybe I even put my Facebook one in there too. So just follow me on all the socials, right? So anyways, without further ado, let's take a look at these two cars. All right, so we're gonna start off taking a look at the RMT car. As you can see, it's Lackawanna, the route of Phoebe Snow. Whoever Phoebe Snow is, I don't know. But so let me get my little pointer here. I'm just gonna use my typical little. All right, so as you can see here, you got a lot of all the signage on here, right? The lettering and everything is really nice. It's really crisp. It's really clean. And you know, you got these steps here. These are grab irons. You got the steps here. Now I feel like these steps are much better quality step than what was on the reefers from RMT. I felt like the steps on the reefer was a little bit more clunky. These seem to be a little bit cleaner. That aspect of it I do like better so far. Now you can also, let me see if I can't zoom this in here a little bit for you guys. All right, here you can see you got grab irons here. You have legible signs here. All this is legible, and you have a nice little ladder here. And then you got the air hose down here. I don't really care so much about those. I know some people seem to care. I don't seem to care. Now we'll back this out a little bit here, so you can see the whole car there a little bit closer up. So far, I think the detail in this car is pretty jam up, I think. And if you notice here, I feel like, I'll roll the car up here. I don't know if this is how well you can tell, but how far out the coupler sticks from the car. I feel like, see the distance that the coupler actually sticks out here? It's not very far at all. It's actually nice, and it's way less than the Lionel. I will say, I think it looks a little better like this. I will say that these trucks and couplers are not as nice as the Lionel trucks and couplers, but that's has to be expected. I'll flip the car over so you can kind of see that here in a minute. Now, and as you can see, there's a load in there. You get all this is a load. It's on both sides, and it does have printed words on it that are, you can read them. I just can't read them through the camera, so but you can read them. Now, the one thing I will say about this is all right, and there it is with the door closed. Now, I will say that this door does not open as smoothly as a Lionel door does, but I don't think that's not the biggest deal in the world. I do like how all these words are legible. You can read everything on here, even down to this little deal here. Ready-made trains 2022. That's cool. That's the first time I looked at that. That's cool that they kind of slid that in there where it looks like where it belongs on the car. And then you have the signage on the door. And then we'll roll the rest of the car up here. And there's the other rest of the signage, wordage, information, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call it signage. I don't know if that's the right word. You guys will trash me if it's not. So you got another ladder, and then you have another step here. The steps are nice. Now, we'll go and roll so you can see the Lionel car with this one. If you compare the steps, they're pretty close, right? I feel like they're actually really close. Alright, so here you can see the end of each car. Now, the height difference on them. The Lionel car is not very much higher. It's just a... Okay, I can't say what I was going to say. It's just a little bit higher. And, you know, I did bitch about the gap on the trucks between the body on the reefers and on the reefer. On this car, it's not so much as nowhere near as noticeable, and I feel like this car is much more on par with Lionel, the way that Lionel's trucks are set up. Now, obviously, you have the grab irons, steps. You have all the same grab irons, so that's all on par. That's all right. It looks good, and naturally, Lionel's car does have a load in it. All right, so if you do pay attention. I don't know, I'm sure that there was different types of doors, but if you notice how this door looks with where the placement of the sign, where the sign is, would be, if there's anything on it, compared to the RMT. The RMT is a little bit higher on the door than the Lionel. Now, RMT doesn't rock very much. The Lionel car rocks a little bit. Now, that could just be because I might just need to tighten the trucks up. I don't think that's anything that they did. Alright, so we'll take a look at the back of this car, and it looks about identical to the RMT. I will separate them so you can see the brake wheel on the RMT. So here we got, this is the Lionel, so we got brake wheel, a couple of little details here, a little chain on the step. Everything as you would expect on the Lionel car that costs this kind of money, right? It's what you'd expect it to be. Now, let's take a look at the Challenger, the RMT. Got a brake wheel. You do have a chain in there. It is, yeah. I think the one on the Lionel actually isn't connected. And then you have the same, you know, words and a little sign over there. So overall, that aspect of the RMT, I feel like is right on target with the Lionel. Alright, so now I'll reposition this camera. We'll take a look at the tops of the cars and see how the tops of the cars compare. And then we'll do the underneath side. Nobody really cares about the underneath, but we'll check it while we're here. Alright, we'll start with the Lionel here. As I said, this car is what you'd expect a Lionel car to be for the price that these cars are. You have everything is, you know, all these has got, you know, it's see-through like it would be like a expanded metal type material or something. I don't know what the top of train cars really look like. I would assume that that's what they look like. So. But it's nice, you know, they all got the little holes in them where you can see through them. It does make, you know, it's a pain in the ass when you try to dust them, but whatever. So here you got a little grab iron. It's got a nice gap under it where I can get my little pointer under it. I'm showing you that for a reason. Then we have all the rivets here and all the detail like you expect top of a train car look. Not earth-shattering. And if you notice, the walkways do hang over just a little bit on the front. And on this side. Well, I said the front, but front, back, whatever. Alright, now let's get on to the RMT. Now the RMT is going to be a little harder to see, obviously, because it's black. But we'll just stop here. So the walkways are all the same kind of material as the Lionel. The only difference is their grab iron it's not raised like the Lionel car. It's much more down. I'll lower the camera so you can kind of see a little better. And then the walkways do extend over. Same as this side, it does extend over. So therefore, I feel like, and you can't really see it too on the camera, but it does have all the riveting and the ribbing. I mean, they're pretty on par. So I'll lower the camera down so you can kind of see what I'm talking about with those grab irons. Not that shouldn't be a deal breaker for any of you guys want to buy these. All right, here you go. You can see the grab iron I'm speaking about. So you can I can get my little pick under it. Just a little nicer detail. And then even the tops of the door here where the slide is, pay attention to that. Now we'll slide it down to the RMT. Now here's the grab iron on this, much closer to the deck. Not a big deal. And the detail for the end of the door there, very similar. They're a little different. Actually, the one on the RMT looks like it might be a little better, actually. Has that same detail on the bottom of the door track as well. And the ladder they look pretty similar as being the same ladder. So, all right, yeah, that'll take care of the top. So I'll flip the cars over. I'll put them in a cradle so you can kind of get a better idea of what we're looking at here, and we'll compare details on the bottom. And yeah, I'll give you my final thought. All right, here's the bottom of the RMT car. Now, like I said, I don't really know what all these details on a box car are supposed to look like. I've never been under a box car, so I'm gonna take RMT's word. This is what they're supposed to look like. You know, you got air tanks and piping, brake stuff, I'm assuming. But it does, if you notice, it stops right here and stops right there. I feel like that's about the same as it did on the reefer. So, all right, let's get the Lionel car and take a look at that. All right, here we go. Now, it might just be me, but I think they look about the same. The detail on this stops right in front of the truck as well. It looks to be about the same exact stuff. I feel like they could be the same exact parts, to be honest with you. Well, there you go. Now you can see both cars at the same time, and they look to me to be about the same. I mean, RMT's has a hole here and a hole here that Lionel doesn't have, but I don't think this shit really matters. Looks to me to be about the same stuff, man. I don't know. You let me know what you think. You think it's the same stuff? I think it's about the same. So yeah, I'll flip the camera back around. I'll give you my final thoughts on these RMT cars. And all right, guys, so there you go. RMT versus Lionel PS1 Boxcar. My personal thoughts are: this is a great car, a fantastic car. I would put it up against Lionel's car. Minus a couple little details on the roof that I don't think really matter, and the trucks are obviously not as good. Oh, I didn't show you when we had it upside down. The uncoupling tab on these. The uncoupling tab is kind of where is it at? It's kind of janky, but it works. It does work. It will uncouple the car. See, it's open now, so it does work. But it's just not what I'm used to with Lionel. But for the price of $35, I don't know how you can say you don't want to buy some of these. I don't know what all road names they have, and I didn't really pick this one. This is the last one that Roundhouse South had, and he told me he would hold it for me, so I have a Lackawanna Boxcar. That's the reason I have one. So maybe I'll look in to see what other road names they have, and if you're trying to build your rolling stock fleet, these cars are really nice. I don't really see how you can argue against them. Obviously, if you put them up against maybe Atlas's PS1 Boxcars, they might have a little bit less detail. But as far as comparing them against Lionel, I think they're right on course with Lionel. And so far, I've ran it around a little bit. So far, the trucks, I haven't had any problems like I did with the reefer trucks. So, but if you have problems, you can always just replace it with a better truck, I guess. Or you can just fix them. That's what I did with my reefer truck. So, yeah, 100%, I would recommend buying RMT PS1 Boxcars. And if you're curious, I think the RMT PS1 Boxcar is better than the RMT Woodside Reefer. And I thought the Woodside Reefer was good for the price. So I feel like this is a great deal for the price. And yeah, I feel like, I don't know if they're going to keep making these or what they're doing at RMT or whatever they got going on, but I feel like they can make a bunch of these, and I could see me buying more of these. So like, you know, when I go over to Roundhouse South, you know, I could pick up a freight car or two every time I go there instead of just going over and bullshitting with the boys, you know. So I got that. I could do that. But yeah, 100% would recommend. Go buy some RMT PS1 Boxcars. And if you don't know who to buy them from, call Tony at Roundhouse South, because that's where I got this one from, and I'm sure he'll be getting another shipment in soon. So yeah, thanks you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We are trying to get to 3,000 subscribers still. We didn't make it by the end of 2024. We weren't even close. We failed miserably. But yeah, if you guys could subscribe to the channel, that would be cool. Help me get to 3,000. Like the video, dislike the video, whatever you want to do. And leave me a comment. Join my Discord and stop by the live stream every Sunday night at 7, usually. Most of the time. Until next time, I'm going to holler at y'all. Later.